So I have this beautiful brass color, and I'm going to add some gold to it. So I have a full cup, and I just kind of want to see what this would look like if I took the black, so I can use these paints up. This has no silicone in it. Then I'm going to do brown. Then I'm going to do the shimmery blue-green. It's like an emerald color. So these are dark colors. Kind of unusual colors, so I'm curious to see how this will turn out because I'm once again experimenting. Then I'll do green. So what do I want next? I'm going to use up the red. I think I'm going to put some copper. This may look totally gross when I'm finished. Now I'm going to put this deep red. I'm just kind of moving the colors down over the side. I have some red ochre, which is by Soho, which is almost an orange color. It's like a brick orange color. So I'm going to put that on. And I'm going to take this with my fingers and just move it on down, because as you scrape, that paint's going to come this way anyway, and I don't want to waste any more paint on this lower part of the canvas. But I want all the colors fairly deep, because I'm going to swipe with gold. And I want to see the contrast, if hopefully there'll be some kind of a contrast. These are really, like, I would never put these colors together on purpose. That's the funny part. So maybe I'll put a little bit of this down first. And then the one that has the brass in it, really put a good layer of it. Just making sure the end of my canvas is covered good. So I have my paper towel, which is 2 widths wide, 2 pieces. Lay it down in the gold. And just where it took the paint off on the canvas, I'm just going to put this back. Because metallics are definitely more transparent than other colors typically. I'm going to let this sit for a few and see what happens. And it may be like super ugly, I don't know. You can also take the edge of your paper towel and like dip it in your color and then touch the edge. And that adds that gold paint. So now I'm going to take the other side where there's not any paint on it. and just dip in the gold. But see how the OGX, it makes those funky cells that kind of grow on you. So that's why it's important to be patient with the OGX. When you have OGX in your colors, is just to be patient and let it kind of work for a little while. And this is also the piece of watercolor paper. As I've done the swipe and it's had some time to sit, you see how things are kind of popping through the big cells, which is kind of interesting. But the watercolor paper was what made me think of doing a swipe with the gold. That's what gave me the idea. I'm thinking a black and red and gold swipe would be really pretty, kind of oriental looking. That would be a really pretty combination together. So I'm going to wait on that, and I'm going to put my bottles away. The sides are really cool. You can't see them because they're wet, but the cells have stretched over, so they almost look like flowers are growing up on the edges. It's kind of cool looking. But this is all copper with the green, which that would have been really pretty with a turquoise in the mixture. The black, brown, the blues, and turquoise, and red and copper and all. That would have been really pretty if that bluish turquoise color was around the copper shapes. That would be awesome. And even the red is coming through underneath the copper. So this is kind of pretty. This was a mixture of the colors, and I like the way the gold and brown kind of laced together, and that streak of red through there. That's actually kind of pretty. And anytime I have a similar color that I've got in a bottle, I'll take whatever leftover paint I have and just pour it straight in. This didn't have any silicone. So in my mixed bottles, I always have silicone, so I'm going to add a drop for the amount of paint that I put in there. And I'll just shake it real good, and this bottle is full of paint, and I store it indefinitely. People ask how long will their paint keep, and I always say pretty much indefinitely in a bottle. You just can keep adding to it. So I'm going to put the heat gun on it. This is definitely one of my stranger ones. Like I said, not the color combination I would normally put together. So I'm just breaking up the surface of the gold. So what this does is it teaches you how to play with paint popping through with a color on top, and just the way it bleeds and it blows and that kind of thing. So I can even come in on this end. And so I'm not a fan of the green with the copper at all. If that had been aqua, it would have been, I think, pretty phenomenal. So basically I'm just trying to kind of salvage it a little bit. I should have just left the gold well enough alone. That does not work. Not the way I want it to.